Hey guys, Fuchsia here. So today we're going to show a bit of a gameplay from Mysteria Rune, or Under 20 Rune, whatever you want to call it. So this is quite an early list. I think I got like the base from Temple Storm, which they compiled a few lists of like day one decks, and I'm gonna link it in the description. But like I've changed of it, so this is actually my version of the deck. Mostly because I don't have 3 Alistairs, so I had to like craft one from crystals and craft one from like vials. Not crystals, gems actually. So yeah, the idea is like you get to 20, you get to under 20 real quick, then you play your Ants, you play your Grass, and then you get to really fast into under 5, and then you just finish with their token spells, which does a lot of damage. This deals 8 damage for 3 play points, and this deals 9 damage for 3 play points. So yeah, pretty scary. But yeah guys, basically that's how the deck works. And also link all just to like reduce the maximum HP of your enemy, so that you can OTK better. You basically almost always like OTK with this deck anyways. Yeah, there's another version that's a spell boost version, but for this video we're going to play this version. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy the games and we'll get into them now. Okay, so the first match I was going to show is against Bloodcraft. Now Bloodcraft has a few decks. Of course, my favorite Bloodcraft deck, Oteo, got some support. But now they also have like Evo Blood is still a thing, and there's also Ball Blood, of course, it's still a thing, obviously. So yeah. Here my my mulligan is quite simple. I saw Grea, it's fine. You know, Romeo for the ramp, Sorcery and Solidarity for Insurance play. Pretty simple, pretty simple. The only kind of like downside is that we let them kind of like take aggression.
Your defeat was foretold.
This is very good. We have all our cards, so one of the troubles with this deck, maybe, like the potential trouble, is that sometimes because you banish randomly, sometimes you might actually like banish your Greas and Ants a lot. Usually you only need like 2 or 1 or 2 copies of each, but like drawing them early, of course, helps. Sometimes you just drawing them early kind of like hurts. Yeah. Here I just like let myself take a bit of damage. Because basically what you want to do here is just win as fast as you can, so sometimes like you really don't care too much about the damage here, because your objective is to just like get to your win cons fast and then deal massive damage to them really fast. So we're at 26 right now. 25. Still kind of far from 5, but close to 20. Once you get to 20, Grea and especially Anne becomes much more useful as just like 3 drops. By the way, let me turn down the volume a bit.
Shadowverse.
There we go.
As beautiful as her could never understand.
So yeah, here we can play the Grea just to like help board clear here.
No idea how pitiful.
Grea is actually kind of like, I feel like more versatile in general before the 20, but after the 20, Anne is much better, I feel like. And here you can see the synergy, like because the Grea removes 2 random cards from your deck, and then you evolve it and removes 2 more. Automatically our deck is like at 18, and then you can play the Anne. So these two cards, you can play them honestly before you get to under 20 pretty fine, just because of that. They help you get to under 20, which is pretty good. And now we have 3 of these like killer cards. It's pretty good. We're at 17 though, which is not very good for us. We have to like reduce them to like 5, which sometimes tough. Not here though. I feel like we can get there kinda fast. Then again, we're at 10 health, so that's the downside. There you go. So this is Evo Blood, I guess. There's the Alucard. So basically, we're very lucky. We're kind of good here because they're going a bit slow. So here you can see again, Anne is like reducing. So there's a reason to keep reducing your deck now. So here's an observation, right? Before in 20 rune you got a lot of value, but you didn't have a win. There's two things: you didn't have a win con, and your cards that reduce your deck further after the reduction to 220. They're kind of useless and even like detrimental to you. But like now with Anne and Grea, you actually have reason to like reduce them to back to under 5. And not only that, but also there's actual reason, there's an actual win con, so you can actually make use of the massive like benefit you get, like the value you get from these cards. Either way, we dealt quite a lot of damage there. But this is of course a lot of heal for them. It's like 7 heal. Pretty good. But they have to trade all of them, which is good for us. And here you can see, you can just play the Grea. And we OTK. See? Play the Grea to reduce it to under 5, and then we just play 2 Grea Stings for 18 damage. Easy game. Alrighty, now let's get to Swordcraft. Swordcraft is a bit weird, this expansion. I've heard them being said as like bad. I think aggro isn't that bad, like especially with the 11 package, like with Gino and like Albert. I feel like they're actually quite like they quite have the potential to like be really good, but I don't know. I haven't tried them. I should try them. Either way though, they could come off like really fast too. So we have to be careful about this. Fortunately enough, we do have the Altering Tomorrow for this. Pretty good card against Sword to keep going second. There's the Archangel. Then we can just Mystic Absorption this and draw a card. Prevent 2 damage. Thin our deck a bit. Thinning our deck is very important after all. Not doing anything here. I was about to play the Simulacrum, but here, honestly, we can just play the Link Call. The Link Call is very helpful because it reduces their maximum HP, so that we don't have to chip to get the one-turn kill with like Anne and Grea's spells. Here they play the Gelt and the classic sword turn 5. Unfortunately, they do like trade in the 3/3 instead of like the 6/6, so we can't quite play the Transcendent Simulacrum for the benefit. So we just play that and like draw a bit more instead. There is an argument, like one of the reasons like the Spell Boost version exists is that there's an argument that you don't need Simulacrum. Which is fair enough. I feel like you can play 20 Rune or Mysteria Rune without Simulacrum if you want to with the Spell Boost package, to be honest. But here we see it can actually be pretty helpful. Of course, in this case, it's only banishing 2 cards, so it's not that great in terms of like thinning your deck. But like, it's still something. It's still double trading. And still giving you a pretty good ward in return. Here's Combustion Demon. So what they're doing here is like, Airtie is actually quite relevant still in this deck, so that makes sense. But they do cost 3 play points, so I can just do this pretty easily. And just burn that away. And there's the Amelia. Amelia, free Evo, pretty good. Normal sword things. There's the Gelt, and probably trade in the Amelia. You know, sword things, and still have a board. But they only have 16 HP, and if you remember last game, we dealt 18 damage. So, yeah. You know. In this case though, I feel like I might have done this wrong. kind of forgot. I kind of forgot that I had this. I could have like removed one of them and not traded instead. But I picked to trade. So it's kind of sad, but what can you do? I didn't see it. All-Star is actually very relevant for the heal, but like, not in this game. In this game, we just focusing on whittling down our card number so we can actually like finish them off. Not having Anne is kind of worrying, but like, you know, what can you do against Sword? You just have to like hope they don't draw the Albert and the Zeno. And here they have, and here we have Anne in our hand. The reason I played Transcendent Simulacrum here is to like bait them to trade basically and like make us whittle down their HP or like their protection at least a little more like this, right? So the protection is down. Because otherwise, like, what are we going to use that Faller for anyways, right? We don't need an Evo either. And here's the Geno. That would be very bad if they had an Eta, but they didn't have the Eta. So here, pretty easy, lethal. Evo, remove the protection. And because the spell reduced it to 14, this is an easy lethal here. Just trade and then the grass spell. We have 2 cards left in our deck, but like who cares? We won. Okay, so on to the final deck. The final opponent I want to show was against Forestcraft. So going second against Forestcraft, doing second with this deck is like kind of like eh. On one hand, you have like quite good evos. On the other, like, what are we gonna do? You know, like your asset is speed, and you're not getting that speed. Like you're getting that speed like 1 turn late. That's it though. We have 2 Greas and a Ramiel and a Transcendent Simulacrum, so I'm not feeling too bad. I did not think about ramping. In this case, I just wanted to do early damage because we don't have the Linkle. So I did this instead because I knew they couldn't remove this super easily. And here we can just play the Grea. Get the spell right now. Banish some cards, stay in the deck, and play this. Next turn we can play Simulacrum and start reducing our deck. And we still have the 3-2, pretty good. So here we go. The reason I Evo this Transcendent Simulacrum here is just to like, look at this. 10 cards immediately gone. You get a Simulacrum again. I was actually thinking a lot about that play, because what you wanted to do with that card was like to copy another Grea or Anne. But since we didn't have any like better plays anyways, I just played it anyways to get some kind of value and to reduce the deck size though. And here we go, Fairy Forest starting to pop off. Fairy Forest is really fun. I might make a video on that soon. Maybe even the next video, but like... yeah, here we go. Very good. Here, easy clear with Gran. Sending the deck again. There's the Link Call, but it's a bit late now. I don't think we're gonna play the Link Call. But like, but the Anne is very welcome. And we do play her, because remember, she summons a ward under 20. So the under 20 rule is actually like pretty easy to come off, man. So here the worry is like Sekka. Sekka can sometimes just lethal you out of nowhere, to be honest, especially if they have like a lot of chip damage. So that's why I'm a bit cautious here. But as you can see, like, yeah, this is why, right? Like, there you go, there's Sekka. But thankfully, they're not yet at the point that it gets Storm. So that's pretty good. 10 damage is pretty scary though. And here they can deal a lot of damage even without the Sekka. So if the Sekka was active here, we would be at like what, 4 damage?
Go ahead and play for now, Phils. Hey, let's play.
Yeah, 4 damage, which would be pretty scary. Because we don't have lethal yet. Here, it's kinda unfortunate. What I wanted to do there was like, betting on like pulling maybe another Anne or maybe another like, an Alistair. But we banished all our followers, so that was useless. So that was kind of bad, but at least we had this. Remember, Greya recovers play points actually when she evos, so we can actually still do this. Do that and then do this. That's still 7 damage. Of course. Now they can lethal us pretty easily if they have another Sekka. But thankfully, it seems they don't. Because here's the lethal, right? Here's the lethal. You just summon this thing, Evo it or something, because he has an Evo, and then just Sekka. But I don't have a Sekka here, which means we win. Honestly, I think they should have saved the Sekka last turn for this turn, because now we just go this and do this. Easy game. And 3 cards in the deck. You always have less than 5 cards in the deck, obviously. It's very scary, but it's very fun. So yeah, guys, that was Mysteria Runecraft, or Under 20 Runecraft, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so there's 2 types of this, right? As I said, this one and like the spell boost one. I feel like the spell boost one is a bit more interesting, but like this one feels really fast, and it honestly feels really nice because you just get to your Ands and your Greyas and you're like reducing your deck size really quick, and cards like Riven Earth feel super powerful. Transcendent Simulacrum is also pretty decent. Blinko is kind of awkward, but like, you know, it helps. She helps early on. So yeah, maybe if you want to like use this deck, maybe reduce the Sorcerer Solidarity by 1, because that's why I added to replace the 3rd Alistair. But anyways, enough of that. I think this video is done. What am I talking about? Okay, together feature. Oh my god, my dinner is like coming back to me. Sorry YouTube, this is what happens on streams usually. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, give me a sub. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, join the Discord and stuff like that. And like always, have a great day.